What makes someone follow the rules? What allows society to function without chaos? Whether someone notices it or it goes unseen, we as university students follow a specific set of rules, whether someone has a constant eye on us or if we are left completely alone. Students are continually under the influence of disciplinary power throughout their whole university career, holding the power to constantly keep that guilty conscious feeling in one's head, essentially demonstrating the capabilities to ensure the student body is following the rules. A good way to define disciplinary power is to compare it with different kinds of power, like sovereign power, which are the people who hold the ultimate power to lay down the law, which our student body would consider professors, dean of students, and special constables to be examples, essentially anyone that holds a higher power than themselves. This video is the explanation of disciplinary power, brought to you by Konstantin Staikopoulos. This power of discipline would not have the recognition it receives today without the French philosopher Michel Foucault, explaining how power is knowledge and redefining how discipline and punishment is looked at today. Foucault explains how power is a way in which some act on others, noting that disciplinary power only exists when it's put into action. The way he planned to bring this power into effect is with the design of the panopticon, pan equaling all and optic equaling vision. The design of the panopticon allows the guard tower to observe each cell from the middle of the room. The most important part of the design is that the person in each cell can only see the tower and no other cells, allowing the thought of someone always watching them to be in the back of their head, straying away from negative activities to happen in their cell, which is the overall effect of disciplinary power, to regulate behaviors whether they are being watched or completely by themselves. Greg Deputer explains the four main aspects of disciplinary power, with one being invisibility, which is one of the most important aspects, keeping hidden, allowing the power to stay intact with no signs of constant visibility. Number 2, self-monitoring. Students believe they are potentially being watched all the time. This creates self-discipline within the student body, allowing individuals to behave in a socially prescribed way without the threat of immediate negative consequences, which social control is achieved because we end up watching over ourselves, using self-regulation. Number 3, normalization. This is the line drawn between normal and abnormal, the aim of power to bring people into that line, straying away from negative activities. Number 4, surveillance. As Deputer mentioned, panopticism is the all-seeing eye. Each individual is constantly located, watched, documented, and recorded. Just the thought of being watched all the time allows for correct behaviors to be shown. There are several ways disciplinary power is enforced on a university campus, demonstrating how the role of technology relates to surveillance and academic misconduct, the role of residence life staff members as authoritative figures to first-year students in residence and on campus, and the expectations of students making the transfer from high school to university. Disciplinary power has the ability to impact all areas of students' university experiences, from students' first campus tours to workshops and writing centers. It enables the student body to create self-monitoring and the tactic of invisibility to create a guilty conscience in the student body to stay clear of any negative consequences. Technology. Technology in the academic setting of the student body plays an influential role on having students believe they are always potentially being watched. In the article of Power by McLennan, he mentions power is a compelling reference point in understanding what motivates people, what they are in control of, and what controls them, and what the future might hold for human societies. Applications like Turnitin.com stop students plagiarizing by holding the power to detect all aspects of academic misconduct. This demonstrates the aspect of self-monitoring of students to make sure things like plagiarism do not get infringed upon. Residence Life Staff Members. A Residence Life Staff member is an upper-year student that is placed on each floor in the residence building guiding first years throughout their first year of university. In many cases, residence life staff members exhibit behaviors towards students similar to the idea of the panopticon, as the staff member being the guard in the tower and the students be considered the one in the cell, allowing the characteristics of invisibility and self-monitoring to clearly demonstrate themselves within the first year communities by students showing proper behavior to avoid negative consequences. Sagri and Sugroff mention the ideas of older punishment styles of being hit with rulers and abuse to be normal. Resident staff members still give out more modern types of punishment such as community service and violation, allowing punishment to still be in place for negative actions. The link between coaches and athletes and staff members and their students has always been shown to be very similar, both growing and learning from each other each day. Claringbold, Knoppers, and Jacobs, in their Journal of Young Athletes and Their Coaches, explain how athletes understand they are expected to follow instruction, to work together as a team, and behave in a disciplined way, just as staff members expect the same from their students. High school to university. The idea of students having to know how to behave socially and academically before entering a university setting is expected. This allows for different first-year programs such as campus tours, workshops, and writing centers to obtain a quick glimpse at what's expected of them before they come to university. In the Academic Journal of Expectations of Students' Participation and the Disciplining of Teachers' Practice, Mearskine elaborates on how teachers expect students to answer and ask questions, share ideas and experiences, and comment on relevant course material without being asked. Aspects like these mentioned in the journal allow for normalization and self-monitoring to come into context before entering the university setting, clearly showing how disciplinary power is constantly shown throughout our university career. This video demonstrates how disciplined power is shown in our everyday lives. Bork, Lidstone, and Ryan explain in their article of Schooling Teachers how school is always enforcing the norms of both students and teachers throughout behavior, knowledge, and attitude, allowing things like the role of technology to relate to surveillance and academic misconduct, the role of residence life staff members as authority figures to first-year students in residence and on campus, and the expectations of high school students coming to university play a role in disciplinary power in the university setting. A prime example of power and the influence disciplinary power hold can be seen with the school logo on the ground. It is an unspoken rule that has managed to dedicate new walking paths of students even when no one is watching, clearly showing how disciplinary power is shown in our everyday lives. I hope this video helps create a better understanding of your overall picture of disciplinary power. Thank you for watching.